That worked, yeah. Good evening. I'd like to call this License Commission to order at 5:30. My name is Tommy Skeffington. I'm the chair. To my right is Commissioner Bill McGrath. Our liaison to the police department is Captain Murphy here. Our clerk is Gordon Vincent, and you will hear from multiple people from the city. I will ask that you please turn off any telephones or listening devices that you have. And I'd like to first introduce the Honorable Mayor Concannon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Got it.
Good evening, everybody. I think I remember a lot of you from last year, right? Good to see you again. I thank you for being here. I thank you for participating in what I believe is a very orderly and efficient process. And I'm really pleased with how the License Commission handles this. The fact that we bring everybody in the room, everybody hears the same message, the same time, the same way. The instructions are clear so that everybody can be in compliance, because that's our goal. We want you to succeed. We want you to thrive. We want every single business represented here to do very well. Because when you do well, we do well. Not only in terms of revenue, which we all appreciate, but also because you're providing a service to our community that makes Woburn a better place to be. We'd rather our people here in Woburn stay in Woburn when they go out and have a meal and have a drink. Again, because it benefits us, but it also adds to the community vibe here, makes Woburn the special place that it is. And we also know that in so many ways, so many of you do other things that contribute to our community in terms of donations and supporting the local teams and youth groups and all the other things that you do, and service and support of our Lions Club, Kiwanis Club, Rotary, and all those things. I talk quite a bit about how special Woburn is and all that it has to offer. And I always talk about how proud I am to lead the city government, because we have some awesome people doing great things in service to others. But I also make sure that I always add that so much of what makes Woburn special is it's not just the government, it's the community members, and I count you among them. So again, we're really happy that you've all taken the time to be here tonight to comply. We hope that all the paperwork is smooth and easy. It's returned quickly, it's displayed appropriately, and everybody has another terrific year as valued members of our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Just real quick before I call up Captain Murphy, just a couple things from our perspective. So if you want extended hours on Thanksgiving morning, Christmas Eve, or New Year's Eve, again, like we've done the last few years, you have to just make sure you send Gordon an email a couple days in advance of all of them, so we can get that list to the police department so they know. Any other day that you want extended hours, you will have to go through the proper procedure of filling out the paperwork with the clerk's office, getting on the agenda. And secondly, compliance checks. Just so you guys know, I think we do maybe 1 or 2 a year, but the state has been doing multiple, okay? And just so you guys know, we have no idea when they're coming, who's coming, or where they're going. All right, but we have been notified by the ABCC that they're gonna really tighten down on capacity. Don't be over capacity if you're having an event, even with your entertainment license or anything like that. And just, again, be smart. You guys know what you're doing, so I don't have to tell you what to do. But just so you know, we do 1, maybe 2, right, a year. And but they've been out a lot. So again, we don't know when they're coming. So just to make that clear. And other than that, again, Captain Murphy will go over what you need, and then we'll go right down the list with everyone and get you guys out of there. I know you're busy. Captain.
Just, you know, we do this to make sure that everybody's on the same page with what they said. Most cities and towns don't do this. We do this so you have expectations of us, and we have expectations of you. So we can get the process done. When I first started doing this job many years ago, there was like 64 to 38 liquor licenses. Now we're in the 70s and 80s. Okay? So we make a commitment to the licensees to get out in the first week of November, the first 11 days of November, depending on some nights, some people aren't open at night till night or whatever. So we're shooting for November 11th to have visited everybody and signed off. And if you look in your packet, there was a yellow piece of paper. And I'm just going over general rules for everybody. We've always made this agreement between people that do on-site visits, the building commissioner, the fire department, and the police department, come out to you. Okay? So leave this yellow piece of paper in your folder at the bar or the desk or the front desk, somewhere that's accessible. Okay? Because that's where we sign as city officials. Okay? This is why I just use a yellow piece of paper. We sign on that as city officials. So you can do what you want with all the other paperwork, send it to corporate to get checks, do things, to do other things with it, or put it in your office, whatever you want to do. But when you go, make sure that the person working there knows where it is as well. Okay? Because we go there sometimes and we do our inspection, and then we say to the person, oh, do you know where the yellow piece of paper is? And they look at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. Where's the manager here? No. Then he calls me, it's in the car. I only say that because it's still happening. Okay? So it's not fair to the other people you have to inspect that week, but we have to go back and do you. Okay? So please, leave it at the bar, next to the cash register, I always say. Put it in the clipboard next to the cash register. Okay? Because myself, the fire department, the building department is going to come out and visit you. Everybody else, when we're done with our on-site visits, that gives you the opportunity for the rest of the month and the rest of the time to come down to City Hall and get the signatures you have to get here. Okay? There's a few more signatures you have to get, but that means you have to come down to City Hall again. Okay? But if you're down to City Hall getting it and we visit you, we don't have that piece of paper. Okay? We want to get it done the first week, on-site visits, and then whatever happens after that is up to you guys. We don't hold you up. You have enough time to come down to City Hall and get your signatures done. Okay? That's the whole purpose of why we commit to the first week. Okay? We'll be out there. Okay? So you have that piece of paper. Now, specifically for the police department, what we're looking for, Massachusetts, your license must be displayed in a public area, which is your license to sell alcohol. Okay? If you have a standing license, that has to be displayed as well. Okay? And a current one. A standing license, some people don't understand what that is. City of Woburn, in order to stand and drink, you must have a standing liquor license. And it must be delineated where you can do that. It could be the whole restaurant, or it could be just around the bar. It's a registration, it's a rule we've had forever. Okay? And in order to stand and drink, be service to the public, you must have a standing order. Private clubs are a different issue. Okay? And technically, you can't have a public drinking facility and have a pool table. So, that's another rule we have. Nobody has it, so just so you know. All right, so that standing liquor license must be displayed as well where the public can see it. Can't be in your office, okay? It can't be tucked up in the wall in your office. It has to be somewhere where the public can see it. It doesn't have to be in the front door. It just be somewhere within the public area of your restaurant, okay? And for the police department, you must have 2 liquor control signs, or the warning signs we call them, okay? And they have to be 2 different ones. Okay, by law, you must have 2 of them posted. Again, where the public has the right of access, where the public would normally be in your restaurant. Okay? Some people, they paint. And whoever the painters are, every painter I've ever come across hates these signs because they always throw them away. Okay? So if you've painted recently, or you've redecorated recently, okay, I recommend put them in a frame, screw them to the wall, and say, okay, they don't change. I mean, Mass General Law, Chapter 90, Section 241, hasn't changed in like 50 years. Okay? So they don't change very often. They haven't changed in the last 20 years, I can tell you that. Okay? 2 of them have to be up and we have to see it. Okay? Now, that's the law. So in order for me to sign off, you have to have that stuff. Okay? And we come out so you know who I am. Okay? So you know that, oh, that's that Cat Murphy guy from the meeting. I know what he looks like. I can look around the room and see what you guys look like. Okay? I come out to also to be available for any questions you guys have. Okay? What about, I can probably give you the answer, but don't want to. Okay? We'll have a conversation. If you want to sit and talk to me for a few minutes, 20 minutes, I don't care. I'll talk to you. I'll answer your questions. I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what's going on. Okay? And remember, our website in the city has all the rules and regulations in plain English. Okay? Go on there. Print a copy of the rules off for your staff. Okay? Print a copy of the rules off for your son. There's the liquor laws in Massachusetts, stay up here, and then the rules and regulations for the city of Woburn are down here. There's a public one and a private one. All those things are on there. Okay? And ABCC has a great section on frequently asked questions. There's like 75 of them. Okay? If you go on the website, you'll see them. It's, what do I need for this? What are my holidays I can open late on? What are the holidays that I can do this on? Okay? They have all their advisements there. The Alcohol Beverage Control Commission sends out advisories on a periodic basis, which is stuff they've come across that they want you as a license holder to know. They don't give them to you, don't mail them to you. What they do is they put them on their website, and they email them to Gordon. Okay? So they're there. All those resources are there is to make compliance easier and better. You guys want to be compliant? I want you to be compliant. Okay? Now, there's been some changes in the IDs they can accept. It used to be a mass license, Mac liquor ID, military license, okay? They've added some other forms of mass ID in there now, okay? If it's issued by the state of Mass, you can take it with the name and date of birth and picture, you can take that as an ID. If you take that and get fooled, you have some defense, because you're saying, listen, I took the ID you wanted to give me, it was the person that did all that stuff, he got me. Now, if you accept a Nebraska license, okay, and it's turned out to be false and you're serving somebody underage, we're going to say, well, there's not an approved license from Mass. You can accept it, but the onus is all on you, okay? But if you accept a Mass ID, passport card's one of them. You may get a passport in the last 10 years or so. You can get a passport card too. It's like a license. And you have your passport, then you have a license card. It looks, passport card looks just like. You can accept that too. Military IDs are acceptable. Okay? But if you accept, like I said, a Nebraska license, that's on you. Okay? We're going to say, well, if you accepted it, it's all on you. Versus, I accepted an ID, the Mass said it was okay, and they still got proof. You're in a much better position than, I don't know what a Nebraska license looks like. Okay? But they also sell scanners now too, that are hooked up into the internet. Okay? Because some of the fake licenses coming out of China, okay, in the dark web, are very realistic looking, to say the least. Now, we come from a college area. Part of the, some say the rite of passage going to college is getting a fake ID. It's still illegal in Massachusetts. Okay? So my advice, if I'm in a liquor store or a store, I would have a scanner. Okay? It looks like a little credit card, so you put the license in, and it picks it, it scans it. Once it does, it compares it against the database of all known licenses to see whether it's good or not. Okay? And there's micro printing on the licenses and all that stuff. I mean, all kinds of stuff Mass does now to make sure you're not counterfeiting the licenses. But in order to see them, you got to take 15 minutes to go over the license. But the scanner will do that for you. Okay? They're not a ton of money, and for the liability they take off your shoulders, I recommend them highly. I don't recommend any particular company, but there's a few of them out there, and they're all web-based, so they're all updated all the time. And you can just, it literally takes 30 seconds. Not even. You put it in there, it goes, and it drops out the bottom. Okay? And they work. Are they 100%? Nope. They're never going to tell you they're going to catch all the fake IDs. But some of them are really good. Okay? But it's common sense too. Like if somebody comes in with my license and they're not 6'3", you're going to be like, really? You know? So, just be aware of that. And like Chairman Stephanie has said, we do checks. We do checks with the ABC. We do without them. Okay? The bottom line is, ask what they, because the internet now, that last one we read, somebody purchased alcohol at a retail package store, boom, it was on the internet within like 30 seconds. Kids were coming from Swampscott. Kids were coming from all over to come to this place because they heard about it on the internet that you could buy booze. Okay? So it's not a local problem. If you allow that, you're gonna get every kid in Middlesex County basically at your doorstep, okay? So think about that. You all of a sudden have a whole bunch of underage kids coming in, younger kids coming in, there might be a reason, okay? That somewhere along the line, somebody told them that's the place to go to get who's underage, okay? So think about that. If all of a sudden you've got 5 kids that look really young coming into the store in different cars, you might say, wait a minute, something's going on here, okay? There's not many coincidences in life, okay? So think about that, and think about, like I said, we've had that. We had a kid from Swansea come in with a fake ID because they heard about it on the internet. Drove down from Swansea to go to Woburn to get booze. Okay? So there's all kinds of stuff coming out about marijuana-laced drinks now. Okay, we're trying to stay on top of that. That's the next phase of stuff coming out. Massachusetts is dealing with that. So just be aware of that. Other than that, I want you to be compliant 100%. Liquor license, liability-wise and money-wise, it's very important to you for your business, I get it. I want you to be compliant. We're in the same business, okay? I will help you. If you've got questions, when I come there, that's part of the reason I come out, is to talk to the people who have the liquor licenses, and they can ask me questions about the liquor laws, or what's particular to Woburn, all that stuff, because we have our own little set of rules, okay? And please, have that piece of paper. I know I sound like a broken record, but literally, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I have yet to come across more than 3/4 of the people have that piece of paper. Because it wasn't yellow in years past, nobody had it. Okay? Now that we have it yellow, at least we got a shot at people have it. Okay? And it's good for you guys, because it gets you done quicker. It gets your signatures quicker. Because without my signature, or building inspector's signature, the file, you can't renew your license. You can't. You have to start all over again. You can't have a liquor license anymore. You have to get a new one. Okay? So it's good for you guys and it's good for us. We do a fair and efficient job of inspections. And if there is a problem, you have time to correct it. Okay? We don't want to do it with 1 day to go, then you can't correct it. Okay? So we give you time to get correcting. We'll give you time so we can get back to City Hall. This is done for your benefits as much as for ours. Okay? So please participate with us. We will feel and it's a problem. We'll remediate and get it done. Okay? Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Captain. Just a couple people I'd like to recognize in the audience. City Council President Jeff Dillon is here, and City Solicitor Mark Salati. I don't think I'm missing anybody else. All right. Next is Building Commissioner Tom Quinn.
Thank you, Jim. Good evening, all. Tom Quinn, Building Commissioner. As you know, Captain Murphy hit on the highlights of when we will be doing the inspections, and again, the yellow piece of paper. That's critical. Last year, I think we were about 65% of the establishments had the yellow piece of paper readily available. If we can get to 75% this year, it's going to be a win for everybody to save us all some time. With the annual inspections that my office does, we do the facility. It syncs in line with the 110 inspection, the form that has the occupant loads and has my signature and the fire chief's signature on there. That's what you also need to renew your liquor license. During the months of November and December, some of the 110 inspections do expire. We work with everybody to get them up to speed. And in the past, there have been some small issues with some of the social clubs. Not so much in a bad way, I was just trying to get the appropriate vendors in for the egress lights, fire extinguishers. So what I would say to the social clubs is if you're still having that little bit of a problem, just reach out into the office and let us know so we can work with you in that respect, keep these things moving for all of the clubs. One big item though this year, and I have to address it, and I do it every year, but it's in the last 6 months, the signage in front of a lot of your establishments has really gotten out of hand. A lot of teardrop signs have been put out with advertising high noon. They're not allowed because they're projectiles and windstorms. And so I would also ask you to make sure that all of you are in compliance with the sign regulations in the city, including we don't allow the A-frame signs that block sidewalks. I've got some complaints from disabled people about those blocking the sidewalks. So I would just ask us to be in compliance. Moving forward, we are going to address it in years past with everything we've gone through over the last 6 to 7 years. You know, signage does draw in business. We get that, but we also have to be, focused on safety issues with that. So, 25% window covering. Can't have more than that. God forbid there was an incident, the first responders, if the windows are blocked, they won't be able to see into what's going on. So those are the things that you have to really do within the next, 30 to 60 days. I'd appreciate it. But other than that, I'm going to be out first week in November. Try to get everybody wrapped up by the 11th or 12th of the month. For some reason, if you're running late or you do have a problem, please pick up the phone, call my office, get to my extension, leave me your number. We can work with everybody to accomplish this mission. Other than that, look forward to seeing you all out on the sites. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next up is Lieutenant Mark Smith from the Woburn Fire Department.
How's everyone doing? Recognize most of you by now. Lieutenant Smith, myself, and one other inspector from the fire department that will be able to see you. Like Captain Murphy said, the first week in November. Most of you know what we're looking for, but it varies place to place. The liquor stores, you guys don't cook, you don't have a stove. It's a lot simpler. Your extinguishers are good, and then your exits are good, your storage, no fire hazards, those are pretty quick. Really, the restaurants, a little more intensive, what we have to go through. The biggest thing is hoods. Hoods. The majority of you are required to have your hoods cleaned by a certified company every 90 days. Thing is, good help's hard to find here. I know it happens, so take these next 2 weeks to go back and check your date. You might go, oh geez, no one's been here since April. You probably don't even know. You're busy, you're serving people, I get it. Years past, the issue is good help's hard to find. I've had hood companies go out of service because they're supposed to show up automatically. They don't tell anybody. I had 3 restaurants in a row that all had the same hood company, and they all had the same problem. They go, Mark, these guys never came back, they don't answer the phone, I can't get a hold of them, so go back and check that. If there is an issue, call the company that services you, or you can always find a new company. You know what I mean? Shop around. So say fire extinguishers, it's every year. For the places that don't cook, you just need your standard red fire extinguisher. The ones we check in the restaurants, it's called a K extinguisher. K for kitchen. It's the big silver one. Make sure that's around. Make sure it's not buried under the dishwasher or something like that. And those all have a tag on it, service within 1 year. So your hoods, most use every 90 days. Social clubs, pizza places, less frequent. Those could be semi-annual or annual, but those are few and far between. And then the extinguishing system. It's called an ANSUL, A-N-S-U-L. It's the thing over your hood that puts it out in case of a fire. Those are also checked yearly, usually by the same company that does your extinguisher. On the wall, where that lever is that you pull in case there is a fire, there'll be a tag there. I get it, kitchens are messy, sometimes they get ripped off, get wet, I get it. But those are the 3 main things. If you have a restaurant, you have a couple weeks, go back and check. If you notice, oh geez, my hoods are out of date, or they're coming up, give the company a call. Most of them are pretty accessible. And like I know the extinguisher guys, they can come out the same day. Those are the big ones, and then just any other fire code violations. And like they said, keep a hold of that yellow piece of paper, because I can't tell you how many offices that I'm in the back with the manager going through mail, scrounging around, and I find them like, oh, there it is. I see. The only reason I see it is because it's yellow. So try to have those ready. It speeds things up. We got a lot of these to do. There's only 1 or 2 of us in most cases, so we're trying to move it along. We got to go through and do everything the right way. If you have any questions, call the fire prevention office in the next couple of weeks. I'm happy to help. We're very accessible. That's one of the good parts about Woburn. We're here. I'll answer you anytime. Call. If I'm not in there, leave a message. I'll call you right back. And like I said, if you have any issues with the companies, you got a couple of weeks now. Go back and check. I get it. They go out of business. People move on. They don't show up. But you want to have that stuff lined up and ready to go before we come out there. And like I said, if we come out and you expired yesterday, I'll come right back out after they come clean, so it's not a big deal. But if you got any questions in the next couple of weeks, feel free to reach out, and I'll see all of you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Next up is Deputy Treasurer Jen McKittrick.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm the Deputy Treasurer Collector. So what you're going to be giving to me is the certification of Treasurer Collector form. So we'll just make sure your taxes are in good standing. When filling out the form, just make sure it's filled out completely. You're going to need to know your parcel ID. If you don't know it, you get it off the tax bill. You get it off the assessor's database, or we also have a book in the treasurer's office that would have it. We also need to know the parcel ID of any other properties owned in Woburn. We checked all of it. Address, owner information, and phone number where I can reach someone. Lastly, we just need to make sure it's signed. Sometimes we get them in, they're not signed, I can't look at them. Only other thing is please try to get it in on a timely manner. Our office is going to be short-staffed, so the sooner you get them in, the better. Any questions? Anyone in the office can help you fill it out. So just let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen. And our last person coming up will be Casey Haggerty from the Economic Development Office.
Hello, everyone. Unlike all of these nice people, I don't need anything from you. I'm here to be a resource for you. So if you have any creative, crazy ideas that you want to run by me, please, I'd love to work with all of you. Or if you need help filling out paperwork, applying for your permits, please reach out. I have my business cards out in the rotunda on the table. I'll also be hanging out up there after the meeting if you want to chat or talk about anything. Two things I wanted to bring to your attention. The city is hosting a part-time job fair on November 15th. So if any of you are looking for part-time help, we really encourage you to sign up. There's flyers in the rotunda. You can scan the QR code or grab a flyer. That'll be a good resource for looking for part-time help. And the second thing is on October 30th, it's a Thursday, the city's hosting a downtown trick-or-treat event. So if you're a downtown business, we'd really love to have you sign up. And if you're not a downtown business, we'd be able to set you up in one of our parks. It's a really great opportunity to get some exposure to the rest of the community. So again, I'll be hanging out in the rotunda. Please reach out, and thank you all for all you do.
Thank you. That concludes our little section here for all the license holders. I say it every year, we're here to help, we're not here to hurt. There's not another community you can find, and some of you guys know this that own other restaurants, other places. Nobody does this, what we do. Gives you this package, addresses you like you addressed tonight by everybody. Help us out. Get your signatures. Gordon doesn't have time to be chasing people around. And if, again, to reiterate what Captain Murphy said, if it's not done at the deadline, you got to start the whole process over. Notification of abutters, all the fees and everything. So it's incumbent upon you guys to help out too. Does anyone have any questions before we take a 5-minute recess and go into our regular agenda? Thank you all, and I appreciate it, and I'll take a motion for recess.
Motion for short recess.
Motion for a 5-minute recess. Second. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it 2-0.
Make a motion to return the regular order of business.
A motion's been made and seconded to return to a regular order of business. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it, 2-0. Number 1 on our agenda, let me find it before I get in trouble here. Is the City of Woburn, 10 Common Street, application for a special one-day liquor license for the mayor's annual Senior Citizen Appreciation Dinner at Woburn High School, 88 Montvale Ave, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday, November 2nd, 2025.
Good evening, Mark Salvati for the City of Woburn. Any questions, I'll be glad to answer them, Mr. Chairman.
Have all. Thank you very much. This is a great event, held every year. Everything looks to be in check. Bill, anything from you?
No, this is regular routine as we've done in the past, Mark.
Yeah, and actually, they're serving from the window now and not at the table, so it should be even better.
Or even better.
Captain?
No, never been a problem up there. The only problem is traffic, and we work with the mayor and everybody to alleviate that problem. So we're going to try and support it.
This is a public hearing. Would anyone want to speak for or against the Mayor's Appreciation Dinner?
Good afternoon, Jeff Dillon, President of Woburn City Council, Ward 3 City Councilor. A great event. I've helped volunteer at it for years. It's certainly well received by the seniors, and I just ask for your support on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Motion's made, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. And I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve the application for the one-day liquor license for the mayor's senior dinner.
Second. Motion's made and second to approve the Mayor's Appreciation Dinner at Woburn High School on the 2nd of November from 11 to 2. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. 2-0. 1 absent.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you need any help, let us know. We're here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. I'll take a motion, Bill, to move number 12 on the agenda up to number 3.
Okay, motion to adjust the agenda, moving number 12 to number 3.
Second. Motion made with second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. 3-0. So I move this forward because we have the people I think we need to have here, building commissioner and whatnot. This is for the Crown Plaza, 15 Middlesex Canal Park Drive. Discussion of a boxing event scheduled for November 26, 2025. Anyone here? Just come up and give your name and address, and we can talk a little bit about this here.
I'm Andrea Manny, the general manager of the Crown Plaza, 15 Middlesex Canal Park in Woburn, Mass. Home address 202 Dodge Street in Beverly. I'm also here with my director of catering.
Sonia Darrows, Director of Catering for the Crown Plaza.
Peter Zimbor with Boston Boxing Promotions, 30 Longo Street, Brockton, Massachusetts, and
Nick DeSalvo with Boston Boxing Promotions, 44 Chatham Road, Billerica, sorry.
So why don't you explain a little bit about the event?
So this is a first-time event for us at the Crown Plaza. Boston Boxing Promotions approached us to do a boxing event. I think you'd be better off maybe to...
Yeah, so Boston Boxing Promotions is a company that puts on professional boxing events. We've been in existence for, I believe, about 13 years now. We've done hundreds of shows across many different towns and municipalities in New England. And we basically put on boxing events, which are state regulated by the Division of Occupational Licensure and the Division of Public Safety. And we have a ring, we have an audience like a spectator sport, and we put on quality matches that fans enjoy. And the night before Thanksgiving, we've run the past 7 years in a row, and this will be the first year we're attempting to run in Woburn, Massachusetts, and we just want to have a good show.
Okay, so this is for discussion. So, and there's been a lot of discussion about this. So first and foremost, I have spoken with mayor, city attorney, your alderman, fire department, building inspector, the city council president, and about this. And there's not a real lot of support. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, okay? And I commend you, your paperwork's there, all right? And I just don't wanna read you something and then just give you the Heisman and say, so some of the issues that are in play here is, you know, I know you've spoken to Commissioner Quinn. Floor plans, the event area include seating, access, egress, locations, travel distances, occupant load for the event, prepared by design professional, crowd control, verification, a boxing ring can be used indoors and not considered flammable, certified by the state, adequate on-site parking to ensure all vehicles, adequate exterior lighting and parking areas, provide details of any functions, and I mean, you guys know it goes on and on and on and on. So that's one issue, okay? And I know you guys have addressed some of it, but a lot of it has not been addressed in writing. I mean, a lot of it has been addressed in just, you know, your word. Like we don't have anything from the owners of the parking lot that you're proposing to use, saying it's okay, all right? And there's been some issues. And just hear me out first, and then we'll, because again, I just don't want to, you know, close the door on you right out of the gate. So you also have Jim Plunkett at scoreboards. It's the worst night for the police and fire in the city. It's going to be crazy down there. Parking, all that. So those are some of the issues. The fire department would require a detail. The police would require a detail. But here's the thing, looking into this, all right, and I see that you have your license from the state, but what the state neglected to do by law is they didn't notify us within 24 hours, okay? And to be honest with you, this doesn't even fall onto us, okay? So if you look at the state law, which is section 42A, prohibition of licensed event by municipality, notice of exercise of your municipal option, okay? So section 47A, so they cited 47 in their permit that they gave you, but that's all they did. They didn't do anything else. So the commission shall notify a municipality in writing of the issuance of a license for an event scheduled to take place therein within 24 hours of its issuance. We didn't get that, okay?
I can't speak for the state.
From the state. At its option, a municipality may prohibit an event licensed by the commission under section 33. The prohibition shall be by a majority vote of the city council with approval of the mayor in a city, or by a majority vote of the board of selectmen in a town. The municipal option shall be exercised within 7 days of issuance of a license by the commission. The municipality shall notify the commission within 24 hours of any such action upon receipt of such notice. The commission shall immediately notify the promoter of the determination of the municipality, and the license shall be revoked. So with that being said, all right, they never notified us within 24 hours. No one in the city got anything, okay? That's one. This has to go in front of the city council, all right? Which you need a first reading, then you gotta make it to, they gotta put it on the agenda. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I'm not speaking for the city council, but that's not gonna happen in 30 days. I can guarantee you that, all right? Maybe it will. It's all up to you if you wanna go down that road. But as far as we're concerned, this was brought to our attention by multiple people once you started advertising. And then once, we haven't had a boxing event in Woburn since the 80s.
1980, yes.
And, since then, things change all the time. And once Captain Murphy and I discussed this over, about the law, nothing was done the way it was supposed to be done.
So if I can speak, I can't speak for the state because that was, as you said, their responsibility. As soon as we spoke with Gordon, he's mentioned something like this. We'd sent along the certificate that we asked for them, and we asked them to send that along. I can't speak for them and why they would or would not do that within 24 hours.
So they issued you your license in June, right? June 24th, I believe that's what the paperwork says, right?
25th, right,
25th, right?
right.
So the city needed to be notified by the 27th, not 21 days before the event.
We've never had any issue with any municipality, and I will bring this to their attention because obviously.
So we can't issue you, I mean, we can't do anything. This board can't do anything. It's all city council.
Okay.
So there needs to be a whole nother process. You gotta go back to the state. They gotta notify the city within 24 hours. And the city council president is here. He's aware of the law. Then, I mean, I will not speak for any other entity in the city of Woburn, but I'm also a realist. And I don't see it happening, to be honest with you, all right? Just to give you a heads up, I mean, unless people can move mountains, all right? Secondly, why that night?
So we've run the night before Thanksgiving for the past 7 years in a row. It's the culmination of our year-long schedule. It's the biggest night of the year for the local boxing scene because of that show. The first 6 years we ran in Windham, New Hampshire. Last year, Andover. This year we wanted to run it in Woburn because we've had great experiences keeping our boxers at the Crown Plaza when we run shows in Melrose.
So I don't think New Hampshire or Andover had Jim Plunkett there at the same night. I mean, he's a pretty big draw. You guys are jam-packed. You know that. I don't have to tell you that.
I've been to Jim Plunkett shows. There's 50 people there.
Yeah, well, the managers know that. I mean, that's probably one of your busiest nights of the year. You have reunions there, there's chatter everywhere. I graduated with Commissioner Quinn in 1985, and they're already talking about, 30, 40 people meeting there the night before Thanksgiving, all right? I'm 58, I'm way beyond that stuff, but, I just the fire department doesn't like it, the police don't like it, the alderman doesn't like it, and although I'm not voting on this, all right, as a commission, and I probably speak for Bill too, we're not too keen on it either, because it's going to be a logistical nightmare down there. With
Just-
parking and everything.
Just having it on that night and having Jim Plunkett on the other side of the building and all the parking, it's just, to me, it raises red flags.
While I respect your opinion, it's not a Patriots game in terms of traffic inward. It's probably not too dissimilar from a wedding, a bar mitzvah, or a trading card show there in terms of attendance.
So when I look at what you submitted, and I was looking at it through an email, is what is your capacity?
That's
So
not on
I
here.
counted 180 seats,
That was 168,
right?
something like that. We're in the ballpark.
14 per row. And how many people are in the VIP section?
VIP sections, the fighters.
The VIP section is just fighters?
Yes.
So you have the seating there for VIP, and so I mean, how many people per box in VIP for the fighters? How many people in each VIP section? You have 4 of them.
The boardrooms,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's gonna be 20 for the red, right, you said?
Yeah.
And about 40
So-
for the,
So that's where the boxes are of the teams, the
Right,
red
just the
corner and the
box.
blue corner. Will stay in there until it's their
Right.
time to box.
Okay?
And that room will diminish in the amount of people in there as the night goes on as bouts happen.
So what are you serving for concessions?
That would be the hotels.
Yep, there are gonna be 2 separate food concessions with just picky food, chicken fingers, wings, that sort of thing, easy carry food, and then there'll be some cash bars as well.
I mean, from our perspective, so people will be able to just walk around the ballroom with drinks? Is that how it works? Or?
Yes, but it's plastic only, there'll be no glass in the room at all.
All right, so that's where we are. Captain, do you want to talk on this, or?
Well, like I said, I mean, I wasn't a policeman in the early 80s, I'll tell you that much. I was a policeman in the 80s, not the early 80s. Just some things we want to work through. My only thing was, if you're going to come out and do something like this, we don't want to do this in October, and the next thing's going to happen in November. You know what I mean? Like we talked about other things, trying to straighten things out before the time frame gets that tight.
And I understand that. Just, this is our first time working here, so we're not familiar with the nuances of Woburn.
So that's why we want,
Yeah.
like, just for future reference, that's why we want to do this in August, July.
No problem.
So everything can be fixed up.
I just didn't want you guys to think that we,
Oh, no, we're
yeah,
not
okay,
doing that, I
yeah.
get that. It's not attacking, it's just trying to, so we can do this process better and smooth, so we have more time to figure stuff out, and you guys, we can have phone calls, whatever, to straighten things out. And frankly, like the commissioner said, from my understanding of the license commissioner all these years too, it's more of a city council issue, you know, with probably advisement from the licensing commission, you know, so, but I'm not a lawyer, say it all again. But, so, and we were concerned about this public safety aspect of it. Like we said, it's the biggest night around, before Thanksgiving, you know, we have a lot of calls that night. So we want to make sure that we have time, to make sure that we have enough guys. We have time to say to the guys, listen, there's going to be details that Wednesday night, which if a guy's off on Wednesday, he's probably not going to want to work because it's Wednesday night to be normal. So there's a lot of moving parts that we wish we had more time to figure out than a month away. That from our perspective. And there are a lot of things to work out. With the parking area, frankly, because we only have one way in, one way out of the whole Middlesex Canal Park. And then we get the fire department right across the street. You know, there's a lot of moving parts that we want to make sure we get it right because we don't want something to happen that we could have foreseen prevent. And that requires a little time and effort beforehand before we jump right in. So, like I said, I don't get to say yay and nay. My point is, I wish we had more time to work some of our issues out, but I figure I'm all here before this and we can just start with this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. Commissioner Quinn, would you like to speak, or have you spoken to the applicants?
Thank you. Yes, we did speak earlier today, and the concerns that you shared with everybody were some of my concerns, which I did share with the applicants shortly before the License Commission meetings. I do have a few comments that I've been looking at from the Building Commissioner's perspective, absent of approvals from License Commission, City Council. Concerns I have is I'm looking at the floor plan, which was done to somewhat of a scale, but it wasn't done by a registered design professional. That is a key component for the facility in size of this facility is. We're showing 168 chairs on the floor plan, but then on another sheet, we reference 40 floor feet. So there's a big discrepancy between 800 and 168.
Not all those people will be seated.
Seated, right.
Yeah.
But again, doesn't show it on the document here, and if a design professional did do that, it would have showed exactly how many people were going to be there, for square footage, for tables, chairs, etc. That's good. The ring, that information was standard. I took no exception with that, so I thank you for that. But the other real important pieces of this is the on-site parking, as we discussed, and as everybody's been aware, scoreboards is a heavy night. You have scoreboards, you do have an active hotel, and then you have a ballroom that could house up to 800 people. On-site parking, there may not be adequate on-site parking. And to use the adjoining property, you would need permissions from the current property owners that may lease it to the showcase center. Then parking off-site within 500 feet of your property requires a special permit from the city council also. So if you do go to the city council, if you do go that route, whether you can line it up now or moving forward in additional years, those are things that would need to be addressed. Off-site parking, one of the big caveats is we have a road between, there's no sidewalks, there's no safe pedestrian passage from one lot to the other lot. And I say this from experience because a few years ago, when the Green Line was shut down, the hotel had all the bus drivers.
Yeah, it was the-
We had a problem because the showcase didn't want them on their property, and it was a policing matter. A little bit different than what this is, but that's still fresh in my mind, so without written assurances from the property owners for the adjoining property, I do have hesitation there.
And we are working on that.
Right.
Yeah, no, and I understand that, but again, you get the permissions, but that would also require city council approval. The other two things on there is you're coming into the property from a residential neighborhood. Impacts on Middlesex Canal Parkway, you know, is there gonna be overflow parking out there? If for some reason the event does move forward and you aren't successful getting use of the showcase property, you have to look at that, you have to look at the parking restrictions from the city, the amount of traffic in and out there. Yes, the fire station's across the street, but, you know, people in the past have double and triple parked on that road because it's so wide and it does create a problem moving forward. So that's all I would have. It's just the numbers are critical to me to make sure that the egress works. Yes, it's a sprinkle building, it has to comply with the building code, which it does, but with Jim Plunkett there, hopefully a full occupancy of the hotel, and whatever your occupant load you're planning on, that does have to be, you know, locked and loaded. I'll leave it at that. All right, but in my office, we're here to assist. I don't have a horse in the race other than just making sure everything works for applicable codes and ordinances. All right?
Thank you.
And again, reach out, whatever we can do to assist, we always will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner. President Dillon, would you like to just out? Again, this is just informational.
We have a meeting Tuesday night, which obviously is too late. It would have had to been something filed before 1 o'clock today. Then our November 4th meeting is canceled because of our elections that we have here in the city of Woburn. And then the next meeting is November 18th. Procedurally, I'm going to suggest that maybe tonight, tomorrow right away, they get in touch with Clerk Higgins and see what can or cannot be done to try to get in front of City Council. As you state, typically there's a first reading and a second reading. And in this case, the next meeting after the November 18th is until December 2nd, which is too late. So really, I'm not here to deliberate anything tonight. That may or may not happen later. I'm just here to say, certainly you should get in touch with Clerk Higgins as soon as possible and see procedurally how this should go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, and then, you know, I didn't want to just read the law and say, all right, you know what I mean, see you later. We don't work like that, you know what I mean? hence Commissioner Quinn, Captain Murphy, President Dillon, we wanted to give you as much information as we could tonight. So if you want to proceed in the avenue in which you have to proceed, you have basically everything you need. But again, it looks to me you have to start from square one with the boxing commission, with the time frames, and if you want a copy of this, I can give it. They have a copy of it. It's the section 47A of the. All right. If you want a copy of it, yeah, you can have my copy. Again, we just didn't want to just say.
It's unfortunate that the state didn't inform us because, we run a tight operation over there since I've been here, and I've been here for the last 4 years, and I was here for the first ugly meeting that was going on, and I run a tight ship over there, and we monitor everything. What is unfortunate, too, would be a loss of revenue for us. The times are tough, as everybody knows, and it's not as busy. You don't have the groups in on Thanksgiving, hotel groups for rooms, yes, but not full with conventions and things like that. So we don't sell out at this point in time of year, so that was why it was a consideration. We've also been working with these gentlemen for the last year. We have an event that they do a weigh-in in the scoreboard on Saturday afternoons, and it's a great event, and a lot of folks come in from the area, and we've developed a good bond with them. So we were not looking, as you can see, that we're very organized and specific with everything that we have going on, so we were ignorant to the fact of what we needed to do, and that's unfortunate that they didn't let us know, because I would have called.
If there would, I'm a fan of boxing. If there was something I could do to help you legally, I would help you. That's what we're here for. I tell that to everyone that comes in this room. We're here to help, not to hurt.
No.
All right?
Yep.
But it's completely out of our purview. And, and again, I just didn't want to read you the law and you not here. So if you choose to move forward, then you know what the billing department needs. You heard from Captain Murphy, you heard from President Dillon. I mean, I wanted to give you that benefit, you know what I mean?
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you moved
because
up to
again,
have this.
your package, everything we've asked for, you guys have done. I just can't speak for the state. I wish they had told you to. And again, to Captain Murphy's point, we could have probably, tried our best to work through the issues if we had more time. I think you're up against the clock right now, and unfortunately, I got a saying that I can't say on TV, but the plumbers use it, and it's hot on the left, cold on the right, and you know what flows downhill, and that's where we are from the state. So Commissioner Quinn has heard me say that since 1985. So I wish you luck. I hope we helped you the best we can, and if we can do anything else to help you, let us know.
Appreciate it.
We're all ears. Thank you. All right. So next on the agenda is Tavern in the Square, 300 Mishawam Road, application for a change of offices, LLC managers, and change of ownership interest.
Chairman Skeffington, I spoke with the attorney this morning. It turns out that there was an advertising component required for this, so it's going to have to be advertised for November. Sorry.
That's all right.
What we're going to do is I'm going to take a motion to continue this to our next meeting. All right, and then we can advertise.
The advertisement's already been sent to the people.
And we can advertise in. So you guys will be on the agenda on next meeting. I will tell you right now. I know it's at 5:30, and this is strictly just a. Application, the ABC approves that for your entire, you guys don't have to be here.
Okay.
Right? Unless Gordon will let you know if there's an issue.
Okay.
All right? But for the most part, you guys stuck around tonight, and I understand that, and I appreciate that. You had to be here anyway, so now you know you're going to be here next year too. But you don't have to be at our next meeting if everything is advertised. Paperwork looks like it's fine. It's just an advertisement thing. You don't have to be here, and I think the will of the board will reflect our decision.
Thank you,
So I
gentlemen.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
gentlemen. Next on the agenda is Ipswich Ale Brewery, 2 Saffron Lane, Ipswich, application for special one-day liquor license for movie night at the Woburn Village, 300 Mishwam Road, from 5 to 8 on Friday, October 25th. They have,
Requested leave of withdrawal.
I'll take a motion to approve the request for leave of withdrawal.
Motion, so moved to withdraw the application.
Motion's made, seconded by me. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, 2-0. Next on the agenda is the Greek Orthodox Community of Woburn Incorporated, 70 Montville Ave, application for special one-day liquor license for a 50th anniversary party from 7:30 to 10 p.m. on Saturday, November 15th, 2025, and an engagement party from 3:30 to 11:30 on Saturday, November 22nd. Let me just see on the...
Chairman, before you get going, with Mr. Lambropoulos, they did not circle beer and wine it's a nonprofit beer and wine event. Spoke with the events coordinator at the church, and it's just their beer and wine only.
Just beer and wine.
Yeah, they don't have capacity for hard liquor.
Serve and furnish alcoholic beverages without a charge. Okay, license, all right. How are you?
It's me again. Fine, thank you.
So the anniversary party is which?
Both events are gonna be beer and wine only, and they don't have, she just didn't circle it.
So it's both,
I didn't notice
they both for profit then?
Yeah.
Well,
Both for profit, correct?
Profit, yeah.
Yes.
well, this one has for profit circled. This one should be
I
also?
was more concerned about whether it was all alcohol.
Oh, okay, all right.
2 events, where are we at? We're not even close to 30, right, Gordon?
No.
This is a public hearing. Would anyone want to speak for or against the applicant in front of us for the Greek Orthodox Church?
Jeff Dillon, Woburn City Council President, Ward 3 City Councilor. The Greek Church, big part of our community. They always run a tight ship over there. I would appreciate your consideration on this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? I'll close the public hearing. And so you said, Gordon, the November 15th is nonprofit beer and wine only?
Yes.
Well, it's non-profit, okay.
Yeah, but you've been,
Yeah, it's a church. No.
All right.
All right, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing?
And let's take them individually. I'll take a motion for the November 15th, 2025 at 7 p.m., 7 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., 50th anniversary party, nonprofit beer and wine, would they waive the fee?
Motion to go forward, motion to grant the license?
Motion's made to approve the special one-day license for November 15th, 2025 at the Greek Orthodox Church and waive the fee. All's in favor?
Aye.
All's opposed? Ayes have it, 3-0. The second applicant
Thank you.
is
Thank you very
the
much. Have a good evening.
engagement party on November 22nd from 3:30 to 11:30. It's for profit. I'll take a motion.
Motion to grant that permit also?
Second, motion made and second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it, 3-0. 2-0, sorry.
2-0,
Davis.
201, right.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is Press Cafe, 369 Washington Street, application for a new common victuals license. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Getting close to opening over there or what?
Couple of weeks, hopefully, if you let us. Charlie Logitatos, I'm one of the principals of Press Cafe.
So, so you're Monday through Sunday, 5 AM to 10 PM?
Yep, 7 days a week, same hours across the board.
Hours.
Full menu all day.
Common Vic, we do not have to open a public hearing.
So this is
We'll
no
have to open
alcohol.
up to-
There's no alcohol for this, right?
What's that?
No alcohol.
No
it's
alcohol.
Common Vic.
Common Vic, okay.
I'll take a motion.
Motion to grant the permit for the Common Vic for the Press Cafe.
Motion made and second to approve the,
Before you take a vote, Mr.
what's that?
They need to get the signatures. I'll be in touch with
Yeah,
the
contingent upon the signatures.
licensing person.
Motion made and seconded to approve the Common Vic contingent upon the signatures.
Signatures.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it, 2-0. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Best of luck. Let us know if you need anything. Next on the agenda is 110 Grill, 373 Wash Street, application for a change of manager. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
And we have your name and address.
Yes,
Please.
my name's Kayla Shermansky. I live at 67 Old Farm Road in Reading.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am the new general manager over at the 110 in Woburn. I've been in the Haverhill location for the last couple years and recently taken a promotion to be over here. And yeah, I'm excited. I haven't been back in Woburn in years, and it's home. So
Like you got plenty of experience.
yeah, I've been with the company for 6 years now.
I'm in Jacob's Ladder, are we?
Trying.
That's-
Started as a server, so
It's all that matters, right? As long as we keep trying. Bill, anything?
Yeah, on your employment information, you were a bartender, a server at Uno's. Where was that Uno's?
so I actually worked at the one that used to be in the Woburn Mall years ago, and then also in the Haverhill location. Both have
Okay.
since closed.
So you were, that was from 2017 to 2021. So were you both jobs at the same time? Were you doing-
Correct.
You were,
I
okay,
did. Yep, all through COVID, I worked 2 jobs.
okay.
While also going to school.
Good for you. Thank you.
This is a change of manager. We don't have to open this up to the public, right? I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve the change of managers.
Motion's made and second for the, to approve the change of manager at the 110 Grill to Kayla Shemansky. Not bad, huh? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it, 2-0. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you.
Wish you well.
Next on the agenda is Thaddeus William Kehoe Jr., 72 Beach Street, Apartment 1. Application for a fortune teller's license at 72 Beach Street, Apartment 1. So,
Did you hear from them, Gordon? Hear from them?
He's been advised that, so I communicated with the building commissioner, and the building commissioner said it's a residential zoning district. He has to find
Another venue,
spot.
yeah.
He can't run it out of his house. He's gonna coordinate with the building commissioner and see what they can come up with, but he's gonna have to find an alternate location, so.
to Gordon's point, communication from the building commissioner, good afternoon. In the past, it was determined by this writer that this use is considered personal service establishments, WZO 5.1, line 25. The address is in a residential zone, and that use is not permitted use in the zoning district. I would also suggest that the License Commission verify if the requester has obtained permission from the property owner to apply for a license unless the requester owns the property. So I'm sure that was relayed to the gentleman. And also, I believe you have to be a resident of the city for 1 year. I believe that's part of it too.
It is, it's part of the application, and he has been, his application says that it was date of residence of the city of Woburn began January 24th, 2021.
Okay. All right. I'll take a motion. This is a public hearing. Would anyone want to speak in favor or opposed to this? I'll take a motion to deny.
Okay, I'll make the motion to deny the request for a application for fortune teller's license.
Second, motion's made and seconded to deny the applications for Thaddeus William Kehoe Jr., 72 Beach Street, Apartment 1, application for fortune teller's license at 72 Beach Street, Apartment 1. And please recognize the communication from the building department. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, 2-0. All right. Moving along, and we are moving along. Next on the agenda is Gulazitis Restaurant Incorporated, 5010 Main Street, application for a transfer of liquor license, request for leave of withdrawal.
Okay.
Bobby?
Yes, good evening. For the record, Joseph Tabby, attorney, Reuben Redmond, 500 Unicorn Park Drive in Woburn. I'd like to submit the affidavit of notice of abutters. Okay.
The affidavit that notified the abutters.
Sure.
Okay, so I'd like to review where we are administratively in the purpose of this particular application. So this same corporation was before the License Commission in June of this year, seeking approval of a transfer of a license from the Brazilian Bistro to Gulazitis Restaurant, Inc. Commission approved that. The corporation at that time consisted of two stockholders, Shirley Viana dos Santos Angelo, who's here with me this evening, and Louis Corderale, each owning only 50%. Louis also being the owner of the building. I'm going to fill in the blanks, but I'm going to jump ahead to the new application. The new application, Mr. Corderale is no longer involved. So Shirley remains 50% owner. Her son-in-law, Robert, is going to own 50% and be the manager. And then her daughter, Eileen, will be the assistant manager. So this is going to be a true family business operated by mother, daughter, and daughter's husband. So let me just roll back to the transfer. So approved by the License Commission. However, the Brazilian Bistro could not produce the DUA and DOR certificates of good standing. So the ABCC could not process the application that was approved of this year. So I spoke with Ralph Sacramone, who's the executive director of the ABCC, who suggested I speak with the Department of Revenue, because those two documents, especially the DOR certificate, you're dealing with the Department of Revenue. And what Ralph indicated to me is that in some occasions, the seller could negotiate with the Department of Revenue on a payout. Ralph put me in touch with someone at the Department of Revenue who couldn't talk to me. They needed to speak to the former owner, Daniel Giuliano's attorney. That never happened. We couldn't put that together. So I followed up with Mr. Sacramone, who indicated that we could proceed forward and file an application for a new license. Okay, there were two new licenses available, but that the License Commission could only grant conditional approval subject to the following. One of two things would have to happen. Either Mr. Giuliano would have to surrender his license to the License Commission that he's not using anymore, or two, the License Commission can hold a public hearing to revoke the license held by Brazilian Bistro LLC. So, I was able to track down Daniel Giuliano this afternoon and explain the situation to him. And, you know, I can't say he was 100% cooperative. He asked me to contact his lawyer, Attorney James Giuliano, no relation, they just both happen to have the same last name, about him surrendering his license. He tells me he has no intention of using it at that location. And I'm going to speak with Attorney Giuliano. But I would ask that this commission vote to hold a public hearing next month to actually revoke the license. And in the interim, I'll work to try to get a communication with Mr. Giuliano, like turning in his license, so that this application can be cleared. If the commission sees fit to approve it conditionally with those two conditions, then we can just, have a clean approval. So that's where we are administrative. Do you have any questions on that at this point?
The building owner is no longer part of the ownership team.
Correct. He just owns the building. Okay. Right, we have the application, indicating that, Shirley, who's the chef, as you know, owning 50%, and Robert, who will also be the restaurant manager, owning 50%. Those would be the two stockholders. So, so I could proceed with the app. So first of all, we'd like to withdraw our request for that original transfer. So I'd like to formally request that at this time.
So, do you have any questions, Bill?
No, but, so this number 9 here, that's the one we're
looking at number 9. So,
9.
So, the previous, not to be redundant here, but the previous owner didn't run his business above board, putting it nicely.
Previous owner has let us down.
Yes. So, with that being said, the new owners are bearing the brunt of
the past actions.
The past actions of the previous owner, and they've been in front of us a lot. Obviously, I might see them more than I see my wife, which is okay, all right? I'm not complaining. I think they've been through enough. If we're going to sit here and preach to everybody we're here to help and we're not here to hurt, I think it's incumbent upon this board to help these people out the best we can. From what I've seen, they run a really good business down there, all right? They work extremely hard, and, they just need the paperwork. Let's, in my opinion, let's do what we can to help them.
So the previous people running the restaurant, he also owned the building, right?
No. The previous people who ran the restaurant are no longer operating that
they're out
restaurant.
of
They
it
do not
also.
own the building, but
All right.
the Mr. Corderale, who was part of the first application we applied for in June,
Okay.
he owns the building, but he's not involved in this new application.
And he wasn't involved in the previous restaurant then either, right?
Well, he wasn't involved with the Brazilian Bistro, but he
still
was.
owns the building.
He still owned the building, okay. Okay.
So to sum it up is we need to allow them to withdraw their transfer, all right? Then I would recommend that we we bring Mr. Giuliano, notify Mr. Giuliano that we're gonna have a hearing at our next meeting to revoke his license. If by any chance he turns his license in prior to that, we don't have to have the hearing.
Correct.
Good for all. And then we can address number 10. Let's address number 9 right now. So I'll take a motion.
Make a motion to accept the application, to withdraw the application transfer request. Is that right? Is that what you want? That's
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
That passes 2-0. And I'll take a motion to,
Put number 10 on the agenda for November?
no.
No.
I
Not yet.
would make a motion to hold a hearing for the revocation of the Brazilian Bistro's license upon notification of Mr. Giuliano for our next meeting.
So moved.
Second, motion made in second to hold a hearing for our next meeting for Mr. Giuliano. If by any chance Mr. Giuliano turns in that license, we don't have to have the hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, 2-0. So then,
Thank you.
10 on the agenda is the restaurant, 502 Main Street, Gulazaitis, I'm probably saying it wrong, application for a new liquor license and stand-up drinking permit. But when we vote on this, Bill, it would have to be contingent upon
Signatures, right?
not only signatures, but it would be contingent upon the revocation of Mr. Giuliano's license and/or him turning it in, because they're not allowed to, am I correct there, right?
Correct. You can't have 2 licenses at a premises.
So it would have to be contingent upon signatures and Mr. Giuliano's revocation of the previous license on that address.
Right, or him,
Am I saving your time?
him, giving up his license, whatever.
Go ahead, sorry. I just wanted to try to get ahead of it a little bit.
Yes.
So number 10 is application for a new liquor license and stand-up drinking permit for Gulazaitis Restaurant at 502 Main Street.
The former site of the
Former
previous.
side of the Brazilian Bistro,
Brazilian
but
Bistro,
that, you
right.
know.
Right, well, I think if
yeah,
put that in there, make it clear.
Yeah,
That's a
and it would
former
be,
site.
the motion would have to be contingent upon either the return or the revocation
Of the previous
of,
license.
Mr. Giuliano, who is the previous license holder. But before we take a motion, I have to open it up to the public. Is
The young lady who's been here before.
anyone else want to speak on? How are you? Good to see you again. Can you pull the mic down a little bit? Thank you.
My name is Olga Lebron Sanchez. I am the property owner of 7 and 9 Mansport. In regards to them getting the liquor license, I'm getting sick of this runaround back and forth. I'm tired. I'm just concerned about, again, as we did before, is who's going to be monitoring the liquor. Because before, that was the problem, it was being overserved and there was problems in the parking lot. If they can control that, then, maybe this is something that can be workable. But if it's something that no one's going to be monitoring it and they're just going to be free-for-all in the liquor, then that's my concern.
So things have been going pretty good down there.
Overall, we have our disagreements. I avoid talking to them because I really don't have many problems with them, actually. Only 2
But there's no music issues?
No.
The parking, as soon as the city gets that straightened out, I think it's going to alleviate. Captain Murphy's been keeping an eye on it, and he said that he hasn't seen many issues down there at all.
It's not as bad as it was before, but you still have the problems. I think people just intend to be ignorant to the situation. But other than that, do we even know when that's going to be available, or is that still no date?
The owner of the building?
No, the parking lot. No date.
I don't, that would be the city council. Right, Gordon?
WRA, actually.
Yeah, the
Planning
Development
Department.
Authority. I don't know when, when it's all predicated on so many different things, it's way above my pay grade. But I know they're working on it. I know, and I think once that's done, it's gonna alleviate a lot of the issues down there. But I also think, and I'm gonna be really honest with you, I think you have a family-run business now. I think you got some really good, hard-working people there, and I think they'll be very respectful of your wishes and your communication with them. I know they're going to communicate. They've been here for 4 months. All right, and you have too. All right, and I think we're going down a really good path here for that property. The best that can be. All right, I know. You're living next to a restaurant. I mean, I know that comes with but I personally think you're a really good tenant in there right now, and I think that they would work with you on basically.
We anticipate improvement, things improving.
Well, when someone tells you that you're trespassing their property when the properties sort of abuts each other, I don't know how I'm trespassing her property. So, I mean, as you know, there's like a little alleyway in between my house and the restaurant. That alleyway, there's sometimes trash there. There's been 2 times I have to tell them, you have stuff leading up against my house. There's trash back there. It needs to be picked up. It shouldn't be left there overnight. I've already spoken to them twice. And she came to me one time and she was telling me how she wanted to clean up where my stone wall is, clean it up a little bit, paint it up. But then she said, I want to put the dumpster there. So you're moving the dumpster from here to the exact same spot when you were told to move the dumpster originally. So why am I going to approve for you to put the dumpster right back where it is? It does, in the summertime, it doesn't tend to smell and it comes into the home because my home's like literally right there. In regards to the alleyway, I mean, you can't keep having trash thrown in there, even if it's for 24 hours or whatever it is. We already have problems with the rodents in the area. I mean, it's getting worse. And, if you're owning a restaurant, you need to keep that alleyway clean as much as possible. You can't be leaving stuff left there.
You've talked to them about it.
Yeah, I did talk to her about it. I mean, I was kind of a bit abrupt with her. I'm not going to deny that. But I shouldn't have to tell her, and I shouldn't have to tell her a second time either. I mean, it's just common sense. And that's when she told me that I'm trespassing her property when it's kind of like a shared alleyway. I mean, I don't have a choice. If I need to see how my son's bedroom is, the window's right there, I have to walk down that alley. It's not like I am doing it intentionally or with bad intent. It's just, it's part of my property.
Nope.
All right, we'll see if we can.
Take care of it in November.
Yeah. Anyone else like to speak in favor or oppose?
Hi, my name's Kevin Feeney, 6 Johnson Street. It's right around the corner from the establishment. Just so everybody knows, old school Woburn people know this restaurant as Ralph Bishop's. So, because it was only the Brazilian grill for a cup of coffee. So that partnership did not work out right. This partnership is a family, and their food is phenomenal. As you can see by my stomach, it's getting bigger. It's going to look like Santa Claus pretty soon. And the food is great, but they're struggling to keep the place busy at night because people want to come in to get their Brazilian or their Portuguese food and have a glass of wine or an alcoholic beverage. So that's why they're struggling. And as far as what the previous speaker said, I know that they're improving. They're extremely clean people, and they are definitely improving as far as the alleyway and everything that's going on. Parking is not an issue. There's plenty of parking in that area. There's parking where Cousins used to be across from the old Tanner Tavern. That whole parking lot, there's tons of parking where the old restaurant, where those people parked. Parking's not an issue at all. And I live right around the corner. It takes me less than 30 seconds to get from my front door to the establishment. So, and I've seen the place, and it's nothing but spotless. So, and I've been out back in the kitchen, and I've seen every inch of outside. I've seen the alleyway that she referenced. And I apologize. I just didn't catch your first name. So, I'm sorry? Ola. Yeah, sorry. What Miss Ola had to say. So I am very much in favor of them, and they're a great family. And as someone that is not in a butter, but I live very close, I completely approve. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
You haven't seen me a couple of times. I've been indirectly involved with since the start of the business, and we have been here many times, as you have mentioned. And the reason we come here most of the time is to make adjustments so everyone in the neighborhood be happy. I understand that the neighbors complain, and like our intention, like Silay said, like we don't want to give her the same bad experience she has before with the other people. We are different people. We work to improve it. We want to have a direct communication with her, because I think there's a lot of adjustment that needs to be done for both of us can coexist. So I asking for this committee to vote in favor of the liquor license. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jeff Dillon, President of Woburn City Council, Ward 3 City Councilor. This does fall into my ward. Just to try to maybe clarify a couple things. The parking situation on either side of Man's Court as you enter has been in front of the Traffic Commission not too long ago. And as the back parking lot gets completed, there will be signs posted on, I believe, both sides, if my memory serves me correct. No parking from here to corner. So I'm not sure if it's 20 feet or 40 feet. So that will help with any parking issues, which has been ongoing for that entrance in Man's Court for a while. The back parking lot, I'm not going to stand here and tell you it's going to be ready in 2 months, 3 months. I will tell you this, it's a very high priority on Mayor Concannon's list. The Department of Public Works has been working diligently out there, doing 90% of the work, if not 100%, all within our own department of the Department of Public Works. They're doing a great job. That is coming, and it's coming sooner rather than later, whether it's this fall or next spring. They're awaiting, trying to get a couple telephone poles moved, and sidewalks are proposed. So that's coming, and there's hopefully some funds being transferred in the city to get that done. But I can't tell you how soon it will be done, but I know it is a high priority. As far as what's in front of us here tonight, I always want to try to help a Woburn Center business. You're a little younger than I, Chair Skeffington, but Chair, not a lot. Chair McGrath will remember there was a time in the late 70s that you wouldn't walk down Woburn Center after 9 o'clock at night. So to see businesses working hard and trying hard to do the right thing, I encourage that. But I also have a concern for the residents. I'm hoping that the residents and the business owners can get more of a spirit of cooperation and square away these couple of small issues that they have, so there's a quality of life for the residents, yet the business can thrive. I know when we have a special permit in front of us, that special permit, if it's granted, can be called in at any time if there's a problem, and we can look at it. Is it the same when you give a liquor license? So perhaps the The solution here, not to tell the two board commission members what to do, but perhaps it is to make it very clear to the petitioner that they will be watched, and the tenants and the homeowners in that area have a say in making sure that everything is kept clean. Of course, we can't get into a civil suit. We don't know who owns that alley. I don't know who owns it. I don't know if it's down the middle. I don't want to get into that. But my point is that I'm sure this commission can work with the petitioner, the owner of the restaurant, and the homeowner, and make it so that everyone can coexist and we can move forward. So again, it's my ward. I don't want to say here that I'm 100% for it because I'm concerned for the homeowner, but I also think there's some room that this could come and there's good result for both parties. Thank you.
Thank you. And to your point, just real quick, I was, 1974, the late great football coach Peter Sullivan came into Woburn, and he would always preach when we work together as a team, we're unbeatable. And that's what needs to be done. I need you to work with the neighbors, okay? Because if there's a problem, she has my cell phone number. She can call me. She knows it. And we'll bring you back in. I have the utmost confidence that you guys are going to do the right thing. We got to get you up and going here. So I'll make a motion to close the public hearing and.
1 second, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to just get in for the record that we're asking for the same hours that were requested in June, which were 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Proposed manager is Robert Hill. Robert's been in the management business for 25 years as a construction supervisor for Sodder Home Custom Builders. He's going to partner with his mother-in-law in operating the family-owned restaurant. His wife, Helene, who's sitting with him, will be the assistant manager, and Robert is TIPS certified. And again, all new employees and existing employees, before the first glass of wine is poured, will all be TIPS certified or Serve Safe certified.
What did you say the hours were?
The hours that were approved at the last
11:30 a.m. to 12 a.m.
11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Monday through
Saying
Saturday,
one,
and
you're
10
saying
a.m. to
12.
midnight on Sunday. Not that they may decide that they're not going to be open to. If you drive through Woburn Center, there's not much action, after 10 o'clock.
Right, Joe, on the application for the stand-up drinking, you have 11:30 to 12 a.m.
Okay, let me see.
First page in. Right under the
Okay, well,
description.
if that's the
restaurant hours.
Yeah, if that's the case, we'd like to amend it to be consistent with the hours that we just requested.
So if the application for your stand-up drinking with the section 12 liquor license restaurants,
It would be Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to midnight.
you have here Monday through Sunday, 11:30 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Right, we'd like to amend it to be
You want to amend it?
11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to midnight on Sunday.
So 11 to 1.
Correct.
The same hours that they had previously.
Okay.
Just a little.
And they're gonna get all those signatures at the bottom of that, right?
Yeah, so are we ready to, you good, Joe? Are you all
I'm
set?
good, yes.
So I'm gonna need a motion, for this, for contingent upon signatures and contingent upon the revocation and/or the willful turning in of the previous.
Previous license. So moved.
Second. So a motion's made and second to approve the application for new liquor license and stand-up license, drinking permit, subject to the proper signatures and the either revocation and/or the willful turning in of the previous license. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it, 3.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right. Next on the agenda is Sunrise Cafe LLC, DBA The Vig, 487 Main Street, application for an alteration of premises. No. Thought we didn't alter, I thought we didn't alter, there was no alteration of the premises.
There, correct. When we had done the inspections with Mr. Quinn, pursuant to our last meeting, there was the removal of the cafeteria line, and it was realized that we needed to upgrade some of the electrical when that happened. So we have gone through and done the permit for the electrical, and that brings us back before the commission.
We are now 2 months removed from when we were told should have all his signatures within 2 weeks and open in 2 weeks. Now we're 2 months away from that. You have a pocket license. We're trying to work with you, just making it very difficult. Very difficult. I mean, again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. We're here to help, we're not here to hurt. But we have rules and laws in place here in the city that we got to abide by. I mean, we just can't turn a blind eye to one person. I mean, this is, what are we looking for? How long?
And interject for
Yeah.
one second, maybe we can solve this quickly. So what happened is we got all the signatures, the building department came in, and there was some accent lighting, and he asked for, you know, are you gonna pull a permit for it? I said, well, it plugs into the socket that we had there previously, and he said, why don't you do yourself a favor and get yourself an electrical permit? So that was that. The other part was, we had some old banquettes that were on one side, we put them on the other side, and just some seats in front of it. So Mr. Quinn suggested that we get a change of use on that area. It's not like we did anything structural, we just basically moved some seating from one side to the other. It's still under capacity, actually. I made it under capacity, 10 people under capacity, just to make sure. So this is all contingent on, you know, getting the common vic so I can put the sign up, and we're basically ready to open in every asset except getting buildings signed off on.
What are we looking for time?
We're ready for anybody to come down and do anything.
The ABCC already approved everything else.
Yes.
And,
So
this is the
you
last
just
action.
need the alteration of premises approved, and you're basically ready to go.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, I believe next week you're doing an informal tasting of the menu, which...
Contingent upon your signatures.
Correct.
Bill?
Nope.
This is a public hearing. Would anybody want to speak for or against the applicant in front of us for a change of premises? All your paperwork is in check. I'll close the public hearing, and I will take a motion. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. For the alterations.
Contingent upon signatures.
Depending upon the signatures, routine signatures needed.
Second, motion's made and second. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. 2-0.
Would you-
They're saying Italian? Rapido.
When you,
That means
when you do open, please call Gordon and let him know that we're opening today, or we are definitely open now. All right, because I've been by there a couple of times and knocked on the door, it's been quiet, just because I'm curious to know what was going on there, okay? So if you let Gordon know, he'll let us know that you're open, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you, Mr. Vincent.
Very much, Attorney. Appreciate your cooperation, as always.
I'll take a motion to approve the minutes of our previous meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of September 18th.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? And I will take a motion to have our no-shows from tonight come into our next meeting and pick up their packages. The Woburn Bowlerdrome, and why don't we also have them in for a status update too while they're coming in. Sonia, I'm sure they'll be in tomorrow. Dora, Takira, Adaga, not surprised. Red Roof Inn, not surprised. Best Western, not surprised. So can we have them come into our next meeting, please?
November 20th, Gordon, is that the date, right?
Yes.
It'll be my first day of being 58. Anything else, Bill?
No.
I just want to say for the record, Gordon, great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Very, very good job. So efficient out there.
Answers to all the questions.
Answers to all the questions.
I had help tonight.
Everybody was up and had their packets. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed by me. Thank you.
The city clerk, Higgins, and Jennifer O'Doherty in the city clerk's office were instrumental tonight in handing out the packets. They deserve it.
And thank you to them also. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, motion is made to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it 2-0. That's a wrap.